You know, obviously the Bryce and the lies he said, I love it. I love it. But let's talk about his weaknesses. I mean, what is it? His confidence. I mean, this guy thinks he's the next Conor McGregor. Takedown defense, 100%. I had that at one point. Thanks, Marab. Somebody's O has got to go.
My name is Triple C. I am the greatest combat athlete of all time.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to this episode of Tell the Tape. I'm your host, Henry Cejudo, aka Triple C. And on this episode of Tell the Tape, I'm going to be breaking down, that's right, IAN GARRY versus Rakhmonov Shavkat. I mean, this fight, who was expecting this damn fight? This fight right here is going to be a banger. But again, guys, this episode wouldn't be possible without our sponsor, that's right. I'm talking about F3 Energy. It's not just energy, it's fuel until I am finished. So you guys make sure to go to f3energy.com and get your fuel on. Here we go. Rakhmonov, Shavkat Rakhmonov, 18-0 against 15-0. I mean, somebody's O has got to go. But right away, as I'm looking at all this, dude, look at this. 8 KOs, 10 submissions. In other words, 100% finishing rate for the Kazakhstani Nightmare against IAN GARRY's 7 KOs, 7 decisions, and 1 submission. 6'1" to 6'3". I had no idea IAN GARRY was that tall. Like, that's a big kid, man. That's a big boy, man, for the welterweight division. Be 6'3", and he carries his weight pretty well. But you may have the fight. But if you're in arm range, look at Rakhmonov, a 3-inch reach advantage for the Kazakhstani. Age 27 to age 30. Like, I don't even know if neither one of these guys are hitting their damn prime. I think maybe more Rakhmonov because he's been through wars and Jesus Christ, dude. I mean, out of his 6 fights in the UFC, 5 of them are done. He won by submission and 1 by knockout. I mean, you talk about a crazy rate, dude. This dude submitted Stephen Neal, the only one to ever submit Stephen Wonderboy Thompson. I mean, this fight is absolutely going to be a banger. What else you got for me over here, Dill? Did I forget anything here?
You pretty much covered it, except you called Jeff Neal Stephen Neal. But other than that,
oh,
yeah.
Stephen Neal is anyway, he's a wrestler, world champ. But yeah, Jeff Neal. But without further ado, guys, let's talk about Shavkat. What are his strengths? And a lot of people don't know this because they see him, you know, just fighting all the damn time. But his base is here. It's Sambo. It is Sambo, dude. He is a submission threat in any position. He'll find submissions from any position that he's in. Like, he's always digging, and his whole goal is to finish people, and he's done a hell of a good job with that. But let's also not forget that one of Shavkat's greatest weapons is his damn jab. And I'll tell you what, man, that jab, if you have a good jab with that little small glove, like, it'll damage you. It could also hurt you because people could counter that jab with the infamous overhand that's a lot heavier and it could put you out in MMA. But he's been able to really develop that very steady jab and bah! He'll whip it right into your damn face. Almost kind of stiff, actually. But he's versatile, man. A variety of kicks and knees, whether he's going straight to chop your legs down or he's coming in to really just kick it to the body. I'm sorry, knee you to the body or maybe knee your damn face. He does a really good job when he's in those particular positions. But let's talk about his weaknesses. I mean, what is it? He hasn't gone 5 rounds. I mean, think about it. You know, it's like Tom Aspinall. When you don't understand that threshold, you're just accustomed to finishing people. It changes, man. When you get to the level where everybody could reach that threshold of going 5 rounds, he gets hit too much. I mean, getting hit for him, like, I typically don't like to compliment people, but man, he has one hell of a chin, dude. I'm curious to see, dude, this dude could take a freaking hit and he actually gets better throughout actually getting hit. He actually gets better. If you watch that fight with Jeff Neal, it was absolutely crazy, man, how he was actually, Jeff Neal clocked him, dude, a bunch of times, and he only got better. It's almost like you waking up, the zombie awakens. And sometimes he accepts unfavorable positions. He'll put himself in certain positions because he believes in just fighting everything where you're at and creates his own damn thing. But with a guy like IAN GARRY, who is now, trained out as shoot box, like, he could be a big submission threat. And you may not tap, but you could get put to sleep if you're not careful. And he needs to go back and really get back to his grappling, man. He's really a grappler that's become a great striker, but has fallen more in love with the actual striking. But then 5 out of 6 fights have ended via submission. So it's tricky. The guy is very well-rounded. But these are some of the things that, if I'm IAN GARRY, that I'll probably more likely be looking to expose. And let's talk about IAN GARRY Machado. I mean, this dude loves Brazil, man. Married a English Brazilian. Anyways, you can tell, man, I don't know if they live out there, wherever the heck he lives, but he is living the damn dream. But what are his strengths? IAN GARRY manages his distance excellently. Like, he is in that right border position where that right hand cannot touch you, but the toes can, and he'll play that dance. He's gotten really good. He's actually gotten better. The first time I saw him fight, it was at MSG. I'm just like, man, this kid's got a lot of work. Because he would just brawl. He ended up eventually knocking that kid out, but now he has gotten better. Because of his distance, his striker defense has actually gotten better. So the time that I did see him fight at MSG, he's a different fighter, to say the least. And then going out to shoot box with I believe it's Diego Lima. He's done an amazing job, man. To be able to take the back of MVP and then keep him there, it just lets you know that iron sharpens iron. He's actually getting better. His confidence. I mean, this guy thinks he's the next Conor McGregor. And that's good. That's good to think that. That's good to put yourself in those positions, because what you think is what you are. So I do believe that IAN GARRY's greatest strength is his confidence, because he is undefeated, but somebody's will go. With his composure. If he's hurt, he's no longer showing it. Like, he's very, very composed. Like, he's reached that nirvana stage where if you hurt him or not, he's gonna have that same poker face as he did before the fight started. But let's talk about his weaknesses. The only guy that he's really fought, guys, is MVP. That's it. That's the only guy that I could be like, oh, okay, you beat MVP, and MVP, didn't have wrestling. He was able to do that. He was able to use his distance control, and I actually called that fight. I'm like, IAN GARRY's kicks are crazy. Great fight for him, though. But the other thing, too, because he is 27 years old, has he reached his prime? Is he ready for this fight for Shavkat? Or maybe he should have fought Buckley a little. Maybe he should have fought Buckley instead of him, and then maybe waited a little bit more, and then maybe go after Shavkat. And he doesn't take enough risk. He went from taking a lot of risks in his earlier fights to kind of trying to cruise his way through. I mean, he doesn't take enough risk, but I feel like now he's just kind of cruising his way into, unanimous decision victories like he did with, MVP. And the other thing too is, could he handle the pressure of a Shavkat Rakhmonov? Someone that's gonna, obviously the Bryce and the lies, he said, I fucking love it. I love it. I'm not worried about the lies. I do believe him. I do believe there's some guys that I may portray that, but that's never really been me. I'm saying, could he take the pressure of a guy that's like RoboCop? Boom, boom, ding, ding, ding. See how these bullets just kind of, like a guy like Shavkat who doesn't care. But without further ado, Let's get to the punch stats here. Strikes landed per minute. IAN GARRY. This surprises me. I thought it'd be Shavkat, but I think Shavkat needs to get hit first to kind of be awoken. Strikes absorbed per minute. I mean, look at this. So because he throws less, he has better defense. Because he throws more, he's more likely to get hit. So his defense is just a little bit better. And then look at this, takedown accuracy. I mean, who would have known that? This actually surprises me a bit. The takedown accuracy percentage is going to a guy like IAN GARRY. Takedown defense. Okay, now this is where it gets tricky, dude. Takedown defense, 100%. I had that at one point. Thanks, Marab. Submission average. 1.79 to this, 0.31. I mean, the reason why I love these stats is because this is what people typically look. People typically follow the damn numbers for that. But if I had to pick, who do I believe that's the most well-rounded fighter out of all of them? And who's more the killer? I like IAN. And I had IAN winning against maybe even Buckley too, because of his basic style and the fact that he can cruise his way through. But a guy's gonna put that pressure and it's not gonna allow you to play, to be a competitor. It's gonna be very difficult for a guy like IAN GARRY. And these guys have fought before in the room, and rumors are that Shavkat has knocked his ass out or submitted him, but I don't know what it was. But IAN, I like you now, dude. But if I had to put my money, dude, nothing personal, dude. I think you're cool as hell, dude. I really, admire what you and your wife are doing. And like I said before, dude, I apologize in the past for a lot of the shit that you hear on the internet. But that has nothing to do with it. This has everything to do with the sport of mixed martial art. And who is, to me, in my eyes, the guy with 18 fights, 18 finishes, that's fought you before, that's willing to fight anybody. I'm gonna have to go with Shavkat Rakhmonov, potentially via decision, or I'm going to say it via stoppage. And this episode wouldn't be possible without our sponsor. That's right, I'm talking about F3 Energy. It's not just energy, it's fuel until I am finished. You guys can go to f3energy.com and get your fuel on. Triple C is out.